Yahoo? Yes, sir. Let's get on around here. Y'all, this our sister. She said she was battling storms and everything.
Shabbat shalom, family.
The adversary hath spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary. For she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation.
All right, Israel, check this out. Brother just came to me up in arms, no doubt, as should he have been. He's freaking over the fact that he just received word that this so-called Passover that these brothers and sisters are keeping up here with the Hebrew one at the churches in St. Louis, sitting up in here with a white bitch throwing up the 4th tribe sign. Somebody help me out. What is that right there? A fat white broad in the holy congregation of the Heavenly Father.
Y'all, we're going to have one of the founders of the Israelite church, the Order of Melchizedek Church. We're going to have him come up and we're going to break bread and we're going to partake of the blood of the only begotten of the Father, the Savior of planet Earth. So y'all, with that, we're going to have, come on up, y'all. Brother Jacob, y'all.
Matthew 26:26. Shabbat shalom. Happy New Year, Zion. Blessed Pesach. You know, I want to take y'all back to the Last Supper. Our Messiah was with his disciples, but he knew it was a betrayal amongst them. And think about this. He was about to enter into a crucial stage where he was going to be betrayed. And even those he was close with was going to turn on him, including Peter, who swore he would never turn on the Messiah. So Judas dipped his hand in the cup and said, "Is it I?" when he knew it was him, right? But the Messiah transitioned our house from the house of Aaron to the house of Melchizedek. Now, we have to think on these things as we keep these set-apart days, Zion. Because we ask that our brothers and sisters don't lift up the cup unworthy. We can't have non-messianic maniacs among us who don't believe in our holy land, who's under fires. We can't have no Joseph is the daddy Hebrews amongst us, who believes that our holy lamb is blemished by a transgression that they claim took place with a horny Joseph and Mary.
Hot topic today.
Hot.
And what we're going to do, y'all, normally we would ask the crowd what you got on your mind, heart, and soul. But because of this being in a very important topic that's brought up a lot and discussed a lot, but not discussed fully, So we want to touch on this topic that hasn't been discussed a lot fully, and it's called the marriage bed is honorable in all. So what we're going to get to today is the in all part. Yes, sir. What does in all allow the marriage bed to do? See, because what we have to understand is all the rules about marriage in the law is pertaining to when the marriage bed has not been made honorable. There's no honorable scriptures for you for instruction like that, because it lays the foundation of what you're supposed to do.
Really? Really?
The brother is right, you know, the brother is right.
Even this gorilla bastard running around and call himself a priest. You too damn ugly to be a priest of Israel. If you had a marred nose or a cleft lip, you couldn't have been no priest of Israel under the order of Aaron. You can't be looking like King Kong, jump out the bushes and scatter women and babies, talking about you a priest. And niggas, we up under the order of Melchizedek. We got one high priest and king, Yeshua HaMashiach. Sit your monkey ass down somewhere.
Psalms 133, baby. I'm the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Yahoo! Think about this life we live. Cover of the manuscript, Genesis to Revelation, Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26, Revelation 13. It's an Israelite life.
Until I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Watch stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
It's an Israelite life.
Till I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Watch stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
Fourth tribe, I know of friends and even frenemies. Once of me was a father, but he plotted ending me. Real-ish, I'm talking the full clip and still miss. Yahweh Zabaoth, yeah, straight out them holy notes. What kind of elder slanderous speech, but dreaming like he sleeps safe. Coals cracking your skull, but fire up your chest plate. Massive thoughts, I'm a Pleiades and Orion dweller. Melchizedek initiate, like Enoch, I must warn his brother. Celestial vibes and get a sneak peek inside my mind. A vegan, if he's seasoning meat, that means it's beefing time. You cross the line, but on the low, you know that you the type. You do it for your views and likes. This nigga ain't prepared to fight. Cause you the type that sneak around and tiptoe at night, claiming that you're shooting pool, but really creeping on your wife. So get it right, pull your whole card, that's Nashville. My only reason to breathe and hit up them streets for Israel.
It's an Israelite life.
Until I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Watch stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
It's an Israelite life.
Till I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Watch stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
This Israelite living got me forgiving my kindred a little bit different, quicker, just enough to keep me from calling 1-800 gun bumpers. Broadcasting live, but it's hard to hear through all the contention you spitting. Have to quit listening. Your profanity have my family cringing. Oh my OG. Oh, where have I offended thee? You the one who got caught with your pants down. I have no enmity. You're not my enemy. You're the one who called us Milli Vanilli. Request that you rip him from all of your tripping, cause really the homie you sinning, spreading iniquity like it's an STD. You got a black aura with a lack of Torah. it. Better seek forgiveness from bearing false witness. When it comes to the drama, it's like you asking for it. I am greatly offended by all your bullshit. You started sound just like a pastor that's on the pulpit. Yeah, it's Follyman, how could you be so dishonest and not even correcting when you see it so in discord? It's so ironic you call yourself a warrior for God, but you support all the lies from the dark Lord. It's hypocritical, nothing you say is biblical, really though. You be standing against the blood of your neighbor. Leviticus 19, reciting the same things you do and taking two in violation. It's idiotic to speak against the stomach if you ain't coming with this another, so never you be bluffing. So if I be hitting the streets every week when he teach, you be at home on the phone, now who bumming? Yeah, it's the pastor harasser. Hoping I can get you to play a song on your radio. What happened? We used to be cool when you was carrying on. I should have peeped it, you probably partnered with David Manning. The way you work against our nation is outstanding. Are you an agent? I'm just asking. Hey, show me your badge. The bullshit you spit is flabbergasting. Repent.
Title, Honor Over Brotherly Oppression, Hobo Hebrew. Honor over brotherly oppression, Hobo Hebrew.
It's an Israelite life.
Until I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Aqua stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
It's an Israelite life.
Till I'm dead and gone.
It's an Israelite life.
We press on.
It's an Israelite life.
Aqua stay strong.
It's an Israelite life.
Mashiach on the throne.
Throwing down on these heat, we dropping bombs on you demons. I'm like the cleanest I'm steaming. Keep my eyes on the beam, the beam of me in the scripture. The script is surely will hit you. Yahweh scripture won't miss you. I know you Jerry get to you. You gotta reap what you sow. Telling lies to expose. So now I'm ready to blow. He must thought I was slow. You fake hate when you know. You hate your brothers who show humility and the honor. Or you owe head dishonored. I'm sorry, die without honor. Your final hour perspired. Your elder hate the Messiah. I can tell you a liar, saying they changing in wires. You converted, be silent, you Jewish Negro imposter. You about to be hostile, you still in lessons, confessing like they yours and you blessing. You a fraud, you keep testing. You want you to confession, you lack judgment, discretion. I know you feeling oppression, your breathing soul is congested. You're a gorilla aggressor. It got quiet.
Somebody gonna beat that nigga brains out. I see it coming. I ain't playing for it. Barry and all the rest of y'all. Ain't no telling what kind of info he got on y'all. Because the more info he gets, the more he takes to them goddamn things, and the more money he makes.
Thank you for your call. Addition and jealousy to practice deceits.
Fucking Lord ain't sent me out as a hunting nigga, because I put all these niggas down tonight and slay your ass.
Thank you for your call. Right. Free case rate. Accepted this Negro's apology. Maybe it was him who sent him here to the STA. Whining like little $2 hoe. Where that $200,000 at?
Vengeance is not ours on any brother or sister. It's Yahweh who has the vengeance. And yes, there are those Israelites who are silent. They're not saying anything, and they're doing the right thing. But every time I try to listen to this radio station, I get very disgusted, very frustrated, and I'm almost to the point where I won't listen anymore.
Thank you for your call. People have a right to an opinion, so you need to sit your ass down somewhere. So you need to sit your ass down with your broke hobo ass.
Not bad for a couple of hobo Hebrews. You know, we could be out in the clubs, in the streets, slanging and banging, thugging and bugging. We want to sit here and edify and build with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So my first time sitting here doing a sit down with my brother right here. My brother to my left of me, your right most likely. No, I probably they left too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Sitting with my brother, my heart will call, man. You know, a man who's Revelation 14 all day, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Keeps the faith of the Most High, keep the commandments, and faith of Christ. To that which ain't no law against that. These brothers are teaching y'all division. Scripture says, mark those that cause division. You know what I'm saying? So taking it upon myself to do a little chopping and cleaning, sending out the text message real quick. Put it in a couple of more places. Marvel Car, go ahead and chop it up a little bit. Let them know what we're finna talk about.
Shalom, shalom, Yahshua, all praise and glory to Yahweh. Bashem, Mashiach, Yahweh, Shalom, King. You see what I'm saying? It's like to give praise to my brother to my right. You know what I'm saying? Nehemiah, Nehemiah out here in the STL, man. STL, man. So I've been coming out here in 2015, man. Brother show nothing but love, man. We always chatted on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You never act no type of way. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. But, you know, just brothers, man. Brothers in the faith, brothers that believe in the Mashiach Yahushua. We the Hebrews, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We got next Esau, the white man, the devil. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But we here together. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we have people out here that have been bearing false witness on brothers, lying and making things up in Yasha. You see what I'm saying? And it all started from the hatred to myself, and not only myself, all other Hebrew camps and congregations and leaders, and to their own men that stood on the law, stood on the second greatest commandment: love thy neighbor, man, love your brother. You see what I'm saying? So we here together, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna edify. You know what I'm saying? Against these false teachers, these false prophets out here, these so-called horny elders. You see what I'm saying? And it's just horny elders. Man. They got so much to say about Ali. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they bring forth doctrines and heresies about, you know, you can smash and be unclean on the Shabbat.
We're gonna kill that, bro. So we're gonna do a little groundwork, a little household cleaning. How can we tell you that? Give me that Revelation 14:12. Okay. So you can look on her and see. I don't know.
Yeah, you can see right
14 people in. I know it's kind of late, unsuspected, wasn't no head up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do a little footwork. We'll go and hit a couple of little scriptures, you know what I'm saying? Because brothers are trying to teach y'all the cause to separate. The scripture told us to gather ourselves together. So if you see me looking down a little bit, it's because I may operate off my phone, you know. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on. Revelation 14:12.
Before you read that, Colossians 3:17 is distinct. Whoever is doing a word or deed, do all. And this did not say Jesus Christ, but if you read it for yourself, it'll say, I'll just read it as is. You get, I don't know why I'm taking the time. It's Colossians 3rd chapter and the 17th verse. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him. All right?
So, are you at any art with any of those words you just read?
We understand. Okay. So we're going to get Revelations 14:12. All right. Revelations 14:12. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which died. Revelation 14. My bad. 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
All right.
Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Mashiach Yahushua, the world called Jesus.
All right, so you see that? Now I'm gonna ask this man, do you believe in keeping the commandments of the Most High?
Of course.
And you have faith in Yeshua HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ.
John 14:6.
All right. So against that, so again, y'all, there is no script that tell you that you can't fellowship. You had men that came around that was from all over in Acts chapter 2. All these men had different understandings, different doctrines. Me and Malachi and a few of the other brothers just did a whole series about the Israelite stranger and the heathen. And so in there we gave great breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? Go back, check it out if you get a chance. We also did a recap, just a little bit smaller video, didn't take all their time. So you can see. So don't the scriptures say, mark those that cause division?
Mark those that cause division, man.
And least of those in the kingdom that teach to break the least of these commandments and teach others to do so. So today we're gonna hit them across the head about the refute to the video. And how did they quote the video? The marriage bed is honorable in all. The marriage bed is honorable in all. That's how they wrote that. That's how it's quoted. Matter of fact, let me pull it up on my phone real quick so y'all can see it before they go back and edit the title.
Yeah, okay, we can screen share it right here so y'all can see it. Okay, we go to that page right here. Is the page, or this is where we at? Okay, so let's open up the window. YouTube. God's warrior.
So you see, we ain't making this up, y'all. They can see this.
Yeah, they can see that
as you type it.
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, I'm new to this live, y'all. This is probably like my second or third live.
No, we get them together. We get them together, y'all.
I'm a babe in this live stuff.
Okay.
Shalom. Honor humility STL. Yada. Shalom Judah the Lion.
As y'all can see, the marriage bed is honorable I-all. It says I-all. And then somebody made a bull.
So we on honor. We on God's Warrior 298. So you can see up there in the top. You can see right here, it went straight. They streamed live 8 hours ago, right? Marriage bed is honorable I-all. Somebody need to get them brothers grammatical correction and reproof. But they wouldn't even accept correction on that. Huh? They don't get that too. We ain't saying, are you going off?
They forgot to put it in.
But look, we're gonna end this. Let's go ahead and start off. You know what? We're gonna play a little bit of this while we talking, so y'all can hear us. Make it sound.
Yeah. No, we can get the sound.
Unmute too.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Let me get back to the screen share. I'm still screen sharing. Actually, can they see the screen share?
Hey y'all, can y'all see the screen share?
Yeah, they can still see. Okay.
Yeah, I see it on my phone.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is play it from the beginning. Okay, and listen, don't be, your brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? If y'all see anything and hear anything that's off, don't be afraid to type it in the chat room, because this guy is very crafty, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. You see what I'm saying? All right, so you already know that he did a video on the Hebrew One show Sunday, and at the 3 hour and 39 minute, the 29-minute mark, a young lady from Louisiana, somewhere, I forgot her name, she came up there with a question, so much she was studying the Book of Jubilees and talking about the Shabbat. And then he came in and started bringing forth his information about how he feels about, the Book of Jubilees, and, about you can have sex on the Shabbat, basically justifying it. Okay. And basically what he did was took the video down, edited it, took out 37 minutes.
37 minutes, 12 seconds.
37 minutes, 12 seconds. Go to the Army of Israel headquarters and watch the videos I put up there concerning that. But the Hebrew one, left the whole thing on his Hebrew1.tv channel. All right. So why would you edit 37 minutes out of a video if you so strong on what you brought out? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Look, we'll let them review that. Go back and review it. You have to dedicate 8 hours of your day, though. Right? But already, it's suspect. And I'll leave it at that. But we're going to deal with this situation from this video, because the title of my video, our video we're doing, is Refute the Marriage Bed is Honorable. So before we even start letting the video play, we're going to let it play. We're going to pause it. We're going to hit it, talk about it, and we're going to deal with it piece by piece, right? Because I think this one is in totality, say 3 hours. I don't think we're gonna deal with the whole 3 hours. We'll probably deal with the first hour, and then we'll come back, if possible, if y'all don't catch it by then, and then we'll probably do a part 2 or whatever.
Yeah, where's the 40-minute one?
I don't know, it was 2.
Oh, right here, go right here. Boom.
Right, because see, they got it in 2 parts. So again, y'all are able to see, again, we're not making this up. We're not sitting here typing up anything on the right side. We're not typing up anything at all. What you saying right now, they just got the prayer in. You can go ahead and unmute it. It'll play with it. You hear them seals? Go ahead, Paul. All right, so listen. We're going to go ahead and start off and chop this real quick, just in the beginning. let us read that Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. You want to pull that real quick? Hebrews 13, verse 4. And we're going to see, Israel, listen. The name of this video is flawed at its beginning, which is inherently proof that it be flawed all the way throughout. I'm going to say it again. The premise, the foundation of this video is that the marriage bed is honorable in all. Now, on this one, it's spelled correct. So we have two videos. One is 40 minutes, and then it broke off, and then they put up another one for 3 hours because I guess they had a break. So we'll just deal with the first 40 minutes.
This is what they get that marriage part out there quick.
And then go to the regular class.
Right.
So listen, we're going to find out, even if it's titled right. Read me that.
You said turn up the volume on the screen when you play the. Y'all can hear us clear, all right? Y'all can hear us.
Hey, Michael, which volume you want us to turn up? Can you hear us? Can we get a 7 if me and my Harvard car can be heard? Can we get a 7 if me and my Harvard car can be heard? I think there's a time delay in
Yeah, it is. It'll be low.
How do you appoint somebody to be admin? Because maybe I think Mally or Michael is in here. All right, she go ahead and put it in.
Oh, yeah,
Shalom Nessa.
Oh, yeah.
Shalom Reza. Michael, can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you, bro. All right. But that's 3 witnesses. So that's cool. All right, so listen, real quick. We're going to refute this marriage bed is honorable in all, right? And check this out. We're going to read where they got that from. Now, in this video later on, I'm giving you a spoiler. Daniel speaks on if you can't prove it in 2 or 3 witnesses, then it don't mean nothing, but the scripture teaches us that. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, that every word be established. There's only one place in the entire King James Bible where you'll find the word marriage and bed together. And it's Hebrews 13 and 4. Let's read that.
I think we should just let it play first and then read it, but if you want to read it first.
Yeah, because I want to debunk the title just out the gate. Debunk the title of the video. Letting you know that everything after this is going to be just as flawed as the title itself.
Right.
Because this is the premise of his argument, that the marriage bed is unhonorable.
All right. We're going to start off with Hebrews 13 and 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Stop. Is it marriage is honorable, or as it says the marriage bed is honorable?
Marriage is honorable in all times. And the bed undefiled. Semicolon. But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge.
So you can have a possibility or definitely have law breaking in the bedroom.
Right, because it says marriage is honorable. Marriage is honorable in all. So that's in the comma. That's a thought, a complete thought, and there's a pause. If anybody remember reading in English class, right? So the subject is what? Marriage. That's what's honorable. Marriage is honorable.
Not the marriage bed.
Okay? So then it goes and says, right. And addition to what was just said, which is separate thoughts, and the bed undefiled. All right? So now it's talking about the bed being undefiled. Okay? So I'm gonna elaborate on it more because I want him to put his foot in his mouth. Okay? But whoremongers and adulterers, the Most High will judge. So it's obviously these things, which is these 2 things mentioned, right? Whoremongers and adulterers is what will defile the bed. Okay? Which will defile the bed. And you read Leviticus 18, Leviticus 20, and various other scriptures concerning that. Right? So let's just play this guy because you got to pay attention to how he talk, man. You know what I'm saying? He have a mission. He know what he want to talk about, but he's being, vague with it. You see what I'm saying? So you can get caught up in the sorcery, and that's just what it is. It's not for sorcery. All right. So let's just play that. So let's hear how he starts this whole thing. So we already got the title. The marriage bed is honorable in all. So he added bed in the title, which bed is not in the beginning of this verse.
All right? That's why it says, do not add nor diminish from this word, because one word moved over 2 places can change the whole meaning of this whole class. Go ahead.
All right, so let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yo, look, we got a hot topic today. And what we gonna do, y'all, normally we would ask the crowd what you got on your mind, heart, and soul. But because of this being in a very important topic that's brought up a lot and discussed a lot, but not discussed fully. So we want to touch on this topic that hasn't been discussed a lot fully. And it's called the marriage bed is honorable in all.
All right, we good right now?
Mahal messing with the computer, man. I don't know.
Because my joint be working, man.
What are you doing, man? Listen.
Can y'all hear me now? It should be loud. I see the green, all the green. I can hear Mahal's low. Can't hear y'all sound went out? You sure? Because right now I see nothing but sound, man. Yup, 7, right, okay. Let me work, man. Let me get this thing right together, man, making my system like, yeah.
Boy, this boy tripping off his system being.
You know what I'm saying? My boy got to be right, brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn it up. Man, we got to turn this thing up, man, because, you know what I'm saying, we acting up, man. Like, this something wrong, man. Okay, the man is lying, all right? Straight up and down. The title was off, all right? This ain't about no bed, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to bring the bed in there because you want to bring the bed in there, all right? So we're going to deal with this topic quick, fast, and in a hurry, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight hawk smash to the spirit of the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Let's get it, man. Yeah, Ray, what you about to bring out, man?
No, so we just got it when he's talking about the marriage bed, right? And he ain't talking about the marriage bed. That's the first one, too. That's the trickery, right? And then he's going to try to use, because listen, if you run with the marriage bed is undefiled and honorable and all, by doing it, you allow bestiality, homosexuality, you allow menstruation sex, you allow all these other things to come into play. I'm going to lean a little forward. Y'all cause all these other things to come into play. When you sit there and say the marriage bed is undefiled, because you sit there and say, nothing I do in my bed, right? The marriage bed is honorable. I can do nothing wrong in my bed. That's what you lead to. But it ain't talking about that. It's saying the marriage itself is honorable. All right, go ahead and play on.
You said, man, it's not meant to take place. Okay.
Now, the enemy wants y'all to stay defiled. The enemy wants y'all to stay having uncleanness while entering into the Shabbat, while being unclean while y'all attending Passover. You sit there telling people that they can sex on the Shabbat. Then in this video, you're going to see he's going to try to debunk the Jubilees. He's going to try to debunk the Apocrypha. He's going to tell you, and you're going to hear out of his own mouth, that if it ain't out of the 66 books, which is the current Old Testament, New Testament, minus the Apocrypha, then it don't have validity. What if somebody don't believe in Jubilees? What if? The what if doctrine? He's a what if-alike. So look, y'all, I believe we got the sound together. We're going to play the video, and then we're going to hit the video, and then we're going to hit what we want to edify it, or we're going to break down or deal with.
All right, let's go again.
And discuss the line, but not discuss fully. So we want to touch on this topic that hasn't been discussed a lot fully. And it's called the marriage bed is honorable in all. So what we're going to get to today is the in all part too. What does in all allow the marriage bed to do? See, because what we have to understand is all the rules about marriage in the law is pertaining to when the marriage bed has not been made honorable. There's no honorable scriptures for you for instruction like that, because it lays the foundation of what you're supposed to do
first.
Okay, yeah.
So look, did y'all just hear that? He said that there is no scriptures in the law to describe what is honorable marriage in the bed.
Basically, what he's doing is he's talking about having sex in the Shabbat. So what he's trying to do is use sorcery right here to have you twisted up all over the place by making a statement. What's my note? Okay? Because the man said, this is what he said, and I want to read this, right? So he says, so what we gotta get today is the end all part. What does end all allows the marriage bed to do? So because what we have to understand is
all the rules about marriage in the law is pertaining to when the marriage bed has not been made honorable. There's no honorable scriptures for you for instruction like that, because
see, he's being vague. First of all, the whole class is about him justifying having sex in the Shabbat. So that's what he's saying. There's no honorable script for you for instructions like that, because we're teaching that you're supposed to have sex on the Shabbat. So he want to say when he cut his own self in the book of Jubilees, tells you clearly you can't have sex on the Sabbath or you die. So he said that's one witness, right? You see what I'm saying? But you can't have just one witness. You have to have 2 or 3 witnesses, right? So he said that we go into Isaiah the 58th chapter to show the scripture that says pleasure, right? So then he's going to say, well, the Bible says you have to have 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses.
We'll get to the gist of this, because last Sunday, I mentioned something on the radio about the book of Jubilees, and where in there it says, no coming together with your wife on the Sabbath day. So that was a hot topic. A lot of people went to Isaiah 58 and the second witness to Jubilees, y'all. But look, your problem gonna always be your source of information. Your subject matter must come out of the 66 books, and every one of the lost books must match up with the 66. That's right. Everybody don't believe in the book of Jubilees. Does that stop your 2 witnesses? No, because it should be 2 in the Bible, because it's recorded in there as 2 witnesses. It's not going to say it and not produce it for you to prove it to you. Not in the 66. So if you coming from any book outside the Bible as one of your witnesses, and you got 1 in the Bible, you still short, because the opportunity for any listener is they can say, I'm having an issue with Jubilees. Some things that say in there, look, you can't take one part of Jubilees, you know what I'm saying, Elijah, chapter 50, and then exclude chapter 1. Once you bring it into the circle, it had all of it counts. You got to be ready to be prepared to answer everything in Jubilees from chapter 1 to chapter 50 in the book of Jubilees.
The same way you would be prepared to answer anything from the 66 books.
That's right.
From Genesis to Revelation.
So if I say I don't want to go in the book of Jasher, I don't want to go in Enoch, a studier, not a buddier, would be prepared to answer every subject matter from this 66 book.
And when you're going to hear him try to say that you have to deal, if you bring it off any information, you have to first base it from the Bible. From the Bible. Now, he subscribed to the book of Jubilees. I have not read the book of Jubilees, the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, none of those books. So he basically, if I was going to be a nigger, I'd have been like, oh, damn, he's on my team. You see what I'm saying? Not saying there's not facts or truths in there, because the scripture in Jubilees, the 50th chapter, the first verse to the 4th verse, says the same thing in the Bible, that you cannot have sex on the Shabbat. So I can't refute that or go against that, because that's in the scriptures. So what he's trying to do now is basically say, listen, that's just one verse in the book of Jubilees. I'm not going to rock with that one verse. You know what I'm saying? So they only using Isaiah, the 58th chapter.
A lot of people went to Isaiah 58 and the second witness to Jubilees, y'all. But look, your problem gonna always be your source of information. Your subject matter must come out of the 66 books, and every one of the lost books must match up with the 66.
You know what I'm saying? So they only using Isaiah, the 58th chapter. He's trying to say there's no other verse in the Bible that would say you cannot have sex on the Shabbat. That's what he's trying to do. And so he came with his own two scriptures, which he used in Isaiah 7. I don't know how he used that. You see what I'm saying? And then he used goddamn, what's the other scripture? Genesis. Genesis, the first chapter, about being fruitful and multiply. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to use Genesis 1:26 and Isaiah the 7th chapter to sustain the doctrine that you got sex on the Sabbath, when Genesis the first chapter 26th verse was in the 6th day. That was in the 6th day he made man. That was in the 6th day he made beasts, he made seas and all these different things. And that was on the 6th day, Negro.
And God said, "Let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said,
"Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth."
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them,
"Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth."
And God said,
"Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat."
And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning
were the 6th day.
Not the 7th day. See what I'm saying? So right there, you even hawk smash and cut the damn self by trying to damn justify you having sex by using the scripture being fruitful and multiply, man. Straight up and down. That was on the 6th day when he made that statement to man. Okay? First and foremost. So what he's trying to do, and if you can't hear it, is he's trying to basically say the hell with the book of Jubilees.
They can say, I'm having an issue with Jubilees. Some things it's saying, some things it's saying. Some things it said, you can't take one part of Jubilees, you know what I'm saying, Elijah, chapter 50, and then exclude chapter 1. Once you bring it into the circle, it had all of it counts. You got to be ready to be prepared to answer everything in Jubilees from chapter 1 to chapter 50 in the book of Jubilees.
The same way you would be prepared to answer anything from the 66 books.
That's right.
From Genesis to Revelation.
So if I say I don't want to go in the book of Jasher, I don't want to go in Enoch, a studier, not a buddier, would be prepared to answer every subject matter from this 66 books.
How can you say that when this is the book that you subscribe to? But since you cut your own self, now you want to try to just straight cut the book of Jubilees and say you have to sustain everything from the Bible first. You see what I'm saying? Which I agree with that. So which side of the coin are you on, my dude? This is the problem. Then you're going to go and say, there's no audible scripture for you for instructions like that because it lays the foundation of what you're supposed to do. The man double talks. He double talks, triple talks. He's all over the place. And if you're not paying attention, it just sounds good in the spirit of Isaiah the 30th chapter, the 10th verse. Speaking smooth words, throwing little jokes in there here and there that get you discombobulated from off the message. You see what I'm saying? It's witchcraft, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's sorcery. You see what I'm saying? Understand that. Okay, I'm so mad that y'all can't hear it, and you should be able to hear it, but I don't want to put the microphone in and then it just takes off the recorder. I don't know why is it doing that. It shouldn't be doing it. Because I want y'all to hear what the hell this dude is saying, man. But I play it from my phone because y'all said it sound good. You know what I'm saying? He's double talking and triple talking, straight like that, man. Okay? So we're going to show you scriptures, you see what I'm saying? The straight cut. If you have sex on the Shabbat or any day, you are unclean. Period. This is milk scriptures, milk stuff. You see what I'm saying? But he's so gun-ho to push forth a doctrine because he cut himself.
See, like a lot of times people run to, everything is law. It must be done with 2 witnesses. If you got one in Jubilee say that, it's got to be one in the Bible that say the same exact thing. So you got your 2 witnesses, minimum. It's just like in Jubilees it says a man shouldn't have sex on the Sabbath. Well, it ain't another witness nowhere. You stuck on one. So you got, even if you feel that, you still got to hold your one because you'll be cheating if you throw it out there and you don't have the second witness lined up. But in the Bible it's 2 witnesses because Adam rested. He said you resting. And it never would have been a day 8 until he sinned. So, and he was told to be fruitful and multiply. So that's 7th day Sabbath rest. In Isaiah 4th chapter, the same thing. Men shall take hold of 7 women in that day. There's going to be reproduction of those that's left alive that remain of Israel. That's going to be in 1,000-year Sabbath rest.
Correct.
So you have to understand, you got 2 witnesses that you roll over here until those that keep saying you can't have or do the commandment of being fruitful and multiply on the Sabbath day. Should you do good on the Sabbath day? I'm not talking about just being horny.
He cut himself and now he's trying to do a cleanup job.
Every law transgression, there's a sin of bloodshed. It can't be found of a sin of bloodshed of man and woman on the Sabbath being fruitful and multiplying. It ain't in here.
Isaiah chapter 56. Thus saith the Lord, Keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it. that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any, that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil.
Every law transgression, there's a sin of bloodshed. It can't be found of a sin of bloodshed of man and woman on the Sabbath being fruitful and multiplying. It ain't in here. And when we get through, if you find it, call the radio station tomorrow and tell us where it's at, and 2 witnesses. Or at the end of this, put it up so we can see it. But we're going to deal with the rules, what it talks about, because he don't get into your bedroom.
He did that last Sunday. He's been trying to clean it up every since. Then I put out a video about it. They got mad, right? Exactly. We're going to go through those Levitical priests because he said there's no scriptures.
Yeah.
Right? He said there's no scriptures in the 66 books. Right? So I'm going to read Jubilees chapter 50, right?
Wow,
Jubilees chapter 50. I'm going to start at verse 6. Let me get a 7 if I can be heard. Jubilees 50 at verse 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Jeff,
Yeah, you got, yeah.
All right.
Speaking to the mic, towards the mic.
All right. And behold, the commandment regarding the Sabbaths, I have written them down for thee, and all the judgments of its laws. So we finna get the judgments of its laws, and we finna get the rules of the Shabbat.
Wait up.
All right, Jubilees chapter 50, verse 7. 6 days shalt thou labor, but on the 7th day it is the Shabbat of Yahweh your Elohim. Wow. In it ye shall do no manner of work, ye and your sons, and your men servants, and your maid servants, and all your cattle, and the sojourner also who is with you.
Okay, stop. Exodus 20. I hate to see if it's alive. Exodus 28. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Shabbat of the Most High thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. Yeah.
It sounds like out of the 10 commandments in Exodus chapter 20, that line up perfect for Jubilees chapter 50.
Sound perfect to me.
So he can't say that there's no witnesses. Huh? So I'm going to read verse 8. And a man that does any work on it shall die. Is that simple?
Shall die. Right.
Whosoever desecrates that day, whoever lies with his wife, or whoever says, he will do something on it that he will see out on a journey thereon in regards to any buying or selling. Whosoever draws waters thereon, which he had not prepared for himself on the 6th day, and whoever takes up any burden to carry it out of his tent or out of his house shall die. Can I get a 9 if that was clear?
And I got a witness to go right on with that. We're all right. Okay.
Can I get a 9 if we got that? I know that might be a little bit late. Go ahead, bro. I'll watch for you.
All right, here we go. Exodus 31:13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, verily, my Sabbath ye shall keep. For it is a sign between me and you throughout your generation, that ye may know that I am the Most High Yahweh that doeth sanctify you, cleanse you.
So check this out. So it says that you should not be doing none of this, right?
Right.
All right, go ahead.
You should keep the Shabbat, therefore, for it is holy unto you.
So it's a 7-point day unto you.
Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death.
So what did you just read that in?
Did we just read it in the book of Jubilees?
Yeah, we read it in Jubilees.
We just read it in Exodus 20. Now this is going into the same thing, the death part. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Shabbat of rest, holy to the Most High. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout their generation for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed.
So they'll and say that now they made everything, the Most High rested on the Sabbath, so you could go there and have sex on the Sabbath. So sex, we know according to the scriptures, we're going to read it, Leviticus 15, right? And then you'll find the sex laws also in Leviticus 18 and Leviticus 20. But we're going to read that Leviticus 15, but listen, let's go to Isaiah 58 and 13. Because he said he know we're going to go there, so let's go there. And we're going to see what pleasure is according to the Shabbat.
This is Isaiah the 58th chapter.
13 and 14.
Okay, 13. Isaiah 58:13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Shabbat, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Shabbat a delight, the holy of the Most High, honorable.
Can't get around
your title. The marriage bed is honorable, right? And so honor him, not, this is how you honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, nor speaking thy own words. So wait a minute now. So now hold up. If you're finding pleasure, we're going to find out what this pleasure represents, right? You see what I'm saying? So if we can go into scripture and find multiple precepts or witnesses, as he said, to show that this pleasure is directly related to having sex. This is what we're going to show you, brothers and sisters, that you won't be confused by nobody BS. You can talk all around the world. You can backtrack. You can do all that madness all you want. But when these scriptures hit, it's a wrap for you. You see what I'm saying? And to show you this is so funny by your own blood. Get Genesis 18:21, man. Get Genesis 18:21. This is milk. And I'm sharing this on with my brother Nehemiah and the brothers and sisters on this channel. Right? Now check this out. Okay? Let's find out what this pleasure is.
Oh, bro, we can hit. Let's go up here, verse 10 through 13, and then jump down.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Look, we're going to Genesis.
And remember thy own words and pleasure, because I'm going to make a serious joke in a minute.
All right, so check this out. Adonai, you're talking about immoral sex. We're going to show you that when you read Isaiah, what is that going on?
Well, don't worry about that.
Okay. Isaiah 58 and 13 and 14 was very clear. You're not to do what? Deal with your own pleasure on the Shabbat. Very easy, very simple, very understanding. So we're going to let the Bible define to you.
No, I don't know what that is right there.
Yeah, you ain't caught up on her. Anyway, Mahal got something going on again.
That's good.
All right, so I'm going to read this Genesis 18, verse 10. And so we're going to line upon line, precept upon precept. Let the Bible tell you what pleasure is. Right?
Right. Not no man run his mouth to mix stuff up. Yeah.
All right. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah, thy wife, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken. in age, and it ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women. And it's very clear, we know, according to script, we know they're dealing with 90 and 100-year-old people. So they decades in to their menopause and decades into elder age, right? Verse 12. Therefore, Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to read that again. And I am waxed old. Shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? So what does pleasure mean? It is H5730. Pleasure, luxury, dainty, delight, right? Pleasure, delight, pleasure. So we're talking about making babies, right?
Well,
in her old age.
Let me go here because that one right there, it looked like the definition is not really going into what we need, right? But we know in context, it's talking about sex.
Yeah, that's all we can make
eyes, right? Yeah. So when you go back to Isaiah 58 and you read the Strongs here, right? H2656, right? All right, it's kapai, that's a ka, that's a pa, and that's a tazar thing, right? Whatever. But the definition means this, okay? Biblical usage. Delight, pleasure, same thing over there, delight, pleasure. Delight, and it says desire, longing, the good pleasure, that in which one takes delight, right? So what does Genesis 3:16 says? That desire shall be to thy husband, all right? So we're going to keep with that same word desire, because that also goes into the same word pleasure, desire. If I desire you, then I want to have what? Pleasure with you, right? You see what I'm saying? So this pleasure over in Isaiah 58 is definitely showing you it's sexual, because it says desire, longing. You're longing for the rod. Longing for the rod. Longing for the kwabah. You want some good pleasure.
Adonai. So look, I don't know what your level of reading comprehension is. Hey, listen, I know not your listen. How can Abraham and Sarah make a baby? There's only one way Abraham and Sarah can make a baby. And that was sex.
Right.
You want to pull that wisdom 7:1?
Yeah, we're gonna get the wisdom of 7:1. Let's get it right here. Wisdom of Solomon 7:1. Okay, so we got Isaiah 58 that goes into desire, and if you get that Genesis 3:16, it also talks about the same thing, right? Longing, desire. Okay, so wisdom of Solomon 7. I myself also am a mortal man. This is King Solomon that was given all wisdom by the Father directly, downloaded to him. I'm sure you know what he's talking about. Like to all, right? So all of us are mortal from the time of Adam, mortal. And the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. So Adam was also a mortal man. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood.
Who?
Compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came, ironically, it's saying came, and the pleasure, y'all see it right here, people, and the pleasure that came with sleep. All right, so it's talking about making a baby. A male and a female lays down and have pleasure, and then they both, maybe not, came, and then There was some sleeping going on.
Boy, you know when you get that good bone in, boy, you get that good pleasure. And listen, don't sit there and sit here and let's not be silly. No one has sex without pleasure, bro.
Right.
There's no sexual act without pleasure.
Let's get some numbers up there. Who of you have sex for no pleasure? If you have sex and don't have no pleasure, put a 0 up here. Real talk, man. Okay? So right 25:21, what it says here. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman. And the scripture says, the beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and the man loveth nothing better, right? He loveth nothing better than the beauty of a woman. So now if you see this beautiful woman, it says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman. And what? There's the word, desire. There's the word, desire, the same that's in Isaiah 58, the same that's in Genesis 18, and desire her not for pleasure. I don't understand what scriptures these dudes are not reading, okay? But this is a quick 3-4 hit combo special. I don't understand it. What's the problem here?
126 too.
Okay? You see what I'm saying? You see something over there?
And when we get through, if you find it, call the radio station tomorrow and tell us where it's at, 2 witnesses. Or at the end of this, put it up so we can see it. But we're going to deal with the rules, what it talks about, because he don't get into your bedroom.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Marriage is honorable in all. Marriage is honorable in all. Marriage is honorable in all. And the bed undefiled, and the bed undefiled, and the bed undefiled.
He don't get into your bedroom.
And the bed undefiled.
He don't get into your bedroom.
And the bed undefiled.
He don't get into your bedroom.
And the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So where's you guys getting this? Like, he made a statement there was only one witness, and they was using Isaiah 58 to go with the book of Jubilees. We just ran through a whole multitude of scriptures just now, and it's crystal clear. You'd have to bend it to make it say anything. It's saying it crystal clear. Crystal clear. We're get that 857:30. You want us to get 857:30. Let's see what that is right there. Let me get that. Okay, 857. Oh, you got that right there. 857:30.
Yeah, Mally already put
okay, boom. And H2856. All right. So it's the same word. Let me see this word right here. Let me see what we got right here. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, that's the Genesis one, right? So you got luxury, dainty, delight, finery. They use a different word, but they got pleasure here. So let me click on these 2 pleasures right here. And it goes to Sarah, and it go to Psalms. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house, and thou shalt make them drink of the river of pleasures. Okay, so obviously the word there is not the same word in Isaiah, but it also has delight there, right? As it had delight over there as well. Okay, but in context of the scripture and what we're reading, it's about sex. Okay? Even in Isaiah 58, it's talking about desire, longing for. Okay? Period. You see what I'm saying? So for these guys, these men that have the audacity to sit there and say there is no witness to on the book of Jubilees, the 50th chapter, but Isaiah 58th chapter, clearly you're missing some basic scriptures, man. You're not reading basic fundamental scriptures, man, which is ridiculous, man. You see what I'm saying? So let me go over here. I want to see this Genesis 3:16 right quick, which is another different word. But also it says what? Desire, longing, craving of man for woman, of woman for man, a beast to devour. So you got the desire there and you got the longing, right? That's over there in Isaiah 58. So in Genesis 3:16, it says the woman's supposed to have desire for her man and longing for her man. The same way as it said in Isaiah 58. Now, how many of you out there don't have desire for your husband or have desire for your wife?
It wouldn't be your husband or your wife if you had no desire for them.
Right.
And it probably wouldn't be your husband or wife if you couldn't get pleasure out of it.
Right. What's the point of having a husband or a wife if you can't get no pleasure?
You go back.
Huh? You see what I'm saying? So I don't get these guys, man. So we just established a fundamental foundation concerning the word and the term pleasure. That's in Isaiah 58. And when it says not speaking thy own words, brother, what happens to you when you having sex, brother? When you're getting pleasure, what word would you be speaking on the Most High Shabbat day? Oh God, this is bad. Oh God, Lord, Jesus, Lord. Are you out of your mind? You think the Most High want to hear you there grunting for his Shabbat day? Are you serious?
Listen, if they don't want to accept the word pleasure, they don't want to accept the wisdom of Solomon. See, now you get into these Hebrews that be like, I don't like that scripture. I don't like that scripture. Man, that one don't fit me, right? Because I like to do it on Shabbat. Let's see something. We're gonna hit something.
I want to know first, do y'all got the aspect of the pleasure? Did we prove the pleasure in the scripture in Isaiah 58, which is speaking about the Shabbat day? If we not pull Genesis 18, right? 21. We put Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 1 down to 2. So Mark 25, 21. Do y'all see that the pleasure as in Isaiah 58 was proven throughout these various scriptures, man? First and foremost, man. You see what I'm saying?
I get 7 and we heard that. I got 1-7. All praise.
Hallelujah. Sister Bina Yahuda, she's on it. She's on it. That's one. Listen, if we only can get one brother or sister to see this truth, then we get our job.
Darius see it as well.
Okay, they gonna my sister Queen and Riyadh. Where's the brothers at? Y'all want to get Kobaya to Shabbat, huh? All right, all right. You got 1,000 wives, brother. Okay, you can wait. You can wait today, brother.
Hey, look, we're gonna go into this. Because listen, we're going to set the standard what unclean is. And then we're going to hit some scriptures that's so hard, you can't get around it. Give me Leviticus 15. We're going to run that almost the whole chapter. 1 through 4. Then we're going to jump down to probably like 19 to 30.
Because in that video, he's using the term bed. That the marriage bed is honorable in all. So since you threw the word bed in there and trying to use the bed as your groundwork to justify smashing on the Shabbat. That's what the whole thing is about. Well, we're gonna see if your bed can be undefiled and you being married.
Or you being unclean. Either or, right? Either or. Listen, y'all, it's simple. Just because you marry, you cannot invite abomination into your bed. Just because you're married, you can't bring 2 little naked boys in your bedroom and have pedophile sex. Just because you're married, because that's why the title is important. The marriage bed is honorable. But the script don't say that.
In all. He said we're going to focus on the in all parts. So you can bring a damn dog in there.
So you can get your Benji.
I can't deal with you. You can bring anything in the bed, huh?
Or you can bring Mr. Ed the horse in there. Or give your wife some big boys. Man.
Leviticus 15 and 1, man.
These cats is off.
And Yahweh spoke unto Mashah, Moses, and Aaron, saying, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them.
So who is speaking?
Moses. And Yahweh, your Most High speaking unto Moses. A lot.
To talk to who?
Speaking to Moses and Aaron to speak to the children of Israel and say unto them.
So we got understanding. The Most High speaking,
right?
Talking to his priest, right? Until his people. And we claim to be those people. Let's hear the instructions from our holy Abba. Let's go.
When any man have a running issue out of his flesh.
Okay.
So what are the symptoms of gonorrhea in men? Well, the symptoms of gonorrhhea in men are fairly similar to the symptoms of chlamydia in men. The first symptom would be an unusual discharge from the penis. This could be yellow or greenish, or it can sometimes be white or cloudy appearance in your urine.
Okay. Because of his issue, he is unclean. He is what? He is unclean.
Oh, let me put a few of these. You know, just to see what unclean is. We're going to infuriate.
Leviticus 15.
And we're about verse 2 right now.
Yes, sir.
Leviticus 15, about the second verse. Unclean. H2 931. H2 931. Unclean, impure, ethically or religiously, ritually of place, right? In religious sense, defiled. So again, he said that the marriage bed is undefiled, but if you're unclean, it just said by definition, you are what?
You are impure, you are impure, you are ethically and religiously
and ritually.
You are defiled. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when we finish reading the chapter, I mean, put it in your mind, based off the definition of unclean, how are you able to ethically and religiously perform ceremonial duties for the people of the Most High, teaching on the pulpit, and your ass unclean?
So you saying, well, ain't what we saying. What this brother saying, he could have just knocked off his rib. He could have just knocked the pour off, hopped in the car, wiped his little wee-wee with some soap and water, and came and taught y'all class today.
Right.
And then not only teach y'all class, they teach y'all to break the same law that he broke.
That he just broke.
And then teach y'all, listen, that's why it says least to be those in the kingdom who teach man to break any one of these laws. I don't want to be least in the kingdom, man. I want to be in the lake. Because the eternal lake will be there. The lake of fire is there. Where the worm dies and knocks. It says you're defiled. And that's why it's important to understand. It's important to understand that the titling of his video and his misunderstanding of the scriptures, because out of his mouth he said what the title said.
Listen, y'all, I'm going to share y'all the screen and show you the Hawk smash. It's a total Hawk smash. It's a rap, it's a riddle. We can really start the class for real. But hold on, check this out. Now we're going to go back to the word, right? Boom. This is thama, right? Thama, right? A tha, that's a minor thama, right? See? So we just read the definition, right? Unclean, impure, ethically and religiously, ritually, all that, right?
Right.
All places, wherever you're going is unclean. The places you're going is unclean.
So Daniel with his wet wee-wee, his wife with her wet booty, sitting in the front pew, Shalom, hugging thou as thou art unclean.
Shalom.
Come on, Shalom.
Oh no! Tell me! Finish me, man.
For you to unclean it now.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to show you in the scripture. Now check it out. Look at the root word of this word, right? We're going to go into the root word. Here's the hawk smizaz. To be unclean, this is the subject, be unclean, become impure. A, to be or become unclean out in sexually, Negro.
And the crowd goes.
Enough! You are all of you beneath me. I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Puny god.
Shed. It can't be found of a sin of bloodshed of man and woman on the Sabbath being fruitful and multiply. It ain't in here. And when we get through, if you find it, call the radio station tomorrow and tell us where it's at and 2 witnesses. Or at the end of this, put it up so we can see it.
Sexually, what are you talking about?
What is you meaning?
Liars, devils.
Man, you are sexually unclean by idolatry. Look what it says. Ceremonially.
Ceremonially.
Stop bringing your wet wee and wet bottom to Passover,
to the Passover, Shabbat class, everything.
You unclean.
The whole damn thing is unclean. You got heathens in there and every damn thing. Everybody in there.
Foul is pure.
You're profane. You're profane is God's thing. Oh my goodness, he's going to the lake.
Passover.
Oh my goodness.
Let's keep going.
Finish now. Hold on, we're going to keep going. You ain't getting off the hook. No, we're going to keep going. Let's get it.
Let's finish doing some more of that reading.
Let's get some more reading on in here, okay? Let's go. Where we at?
Go back in.
Go back to Leviticus.
1 through 4.
So we established the unclean worlds.
Right. Okay. Impure, profane the name of the Yahweh.
Unethical,
ceremonial,
religiously,
ritually,
right? Profane the name of the Most High.
Man, bro, do you understand how serious this crime is?
Do
you understand how serious? Now, mind you, we're no longer in Jubilee.
Right.
We're out of Jubilee, and we're in the 1611. We in Sirach, we in Isaiah, we in Genesis, we in the wisdom of Solomon.
All over the world.
So he said he ain't in there.
Right.
Okay.
It ain't in there based off his little video. We can play it when he said it ain't in there.
You can't bring abomination into the bedroom. You can't bring uncleanliness in the bedroom and act like the Most High said is honorable. That's why the scriptures does not say the marriage bed is honorable.
Right.
Oh,
it don't say that.
It don't say that. Marriage is honorable. Is honorable.
Right.
Watch the Jedi. Listen, I know this man, y'all. I know this man. I know it's this man. You gotta watch him.
Marriage is honorable. Let me give you a quick example. Right? Leviticus, Ecclesiastes, the 26th chapter, right? Check this out. Where is that? Okay, let me go right here. Where was it? 20. Oh yeah, 22. A harlot, she's not married. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle. She's not married. She's a whore, right? A harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. Isn't not that an honorable thing?
Well, that's great honor, bro. What man don't want a woman to be a tower against death? That's very honorable. The first teachers, the first nurturers, the first upbringers, the first educators of the nation to come behind you that you planted in her, and even with you, she's a tower against death. Man, that's why it says marriage.
Right.
Marriage. Right?
So marriage, having a spouse is honorable, not the bed, because you can bring a damn dog in the bed, Negro. Niggas run around marrying damn dogs, right? Exactly. So you say the marriage bed is honorable in all, we gonna focus on in all, you going the hell off, period, okay? I got more on that. I just want to bring that up right quick. So we're going to finish reading Leviticus, right? Let's go. Let's read this Leviticus, right? So we got unclean. We got that. So we really can just straight jump down to the man for real. Okay? But let's finish reading verse 4, right? Verse 3. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue, whether his flesh run with his issue or his flesh be stopped from his issue. It is uncleanness. Every man.
Everyone?
Every man. Let's get this.
Bro, we're going to put this on the screen. We're reading out of Leviticus 15. Because again, the choice that Daniel says, you can't find nowhere. I'm doing like he do it. Hold on. Wait till he come back. We'll do it like he do it. Go ahead and read this one.
I can play it for you. Okay? It says, verse 4, Leviticus 15:4. Every bed whereon he lieth that have the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean.
I like that. I like that verse 4. I like that verse 4. It is on the screen. And that's Leviticus chapter 15, y'all. Leviticus 15, right? And we're going to go 1 through 4, right? But peep that 4. That 4 is a smash, right? So right there you see plain as day. The marriage bed is honorable. All.
And all.
But then, are we teaching contradictions in the Bible? Because it says, but every bed where he lieth and has an issue, and listen, let's just be real.
Issue is, whatever the uncleanness is.
It's after 11 o'clock, y'all. You know when you bust that bussy baby, when you blow that top and you wipe him off, and say you hop up in your pants and put your boxers in your drawers, you know you're going to have the sticky drawers by the time you get to the car. You know that sperm still coming out.
Leakage.
You know it's going to be a little touch of semen, whether white or clear. Some of you niggas probably busting yellows. Don't have that other type of issue, and you got the blacks. You really got the leakage if you lay with the wrong one.
Right? With probably ain't more likely not a wife.
Oh my God. The harlotry.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Read the next verse. Verse 5.
Whoever touches his bed.
So even if you touch this is somebody else. So say that you came to class unclean.
Right.
You done put your clothes on. Right? He done put his clothes on, probably kissed his wife all in the mouth, came to class and started kissing y'all on y'all forehead and shaking y'all hands. Sitting in front of y'all, throwing his hands up to the Lord, undefiled and unclean. And y'all cool with that? And listen, he done went and told y'all that last week and this week. It's his teachings that he have had from old. And don't think that we haven't hollered him on the low. All the stuff we have disagreements about, we will talk about. But for the sake of the body of believers who might not be always strong or full in, we have to holler at him, men as men, you know what I'm saying, on the back. But anyway, read that 5 for us.
So right here is mentioned a bed, right? And he lied to have the issues, unclean, everything whereon he sit up should be unclean. Whosoever touch of his bed. You know what I'm saying? They say, you know, you be like, yo, I'll come visit you at your crib. You know what I'm saying? You say, yeah, I gotta, check out my room or whatever, come up in my room. You know, people go in each other's room.
Right, you had your slave when your ghetto get your shit.
You're a teenager.
Yeah, come sit on your bed.
Teenagers whack it off all day long. Teenage, you know, Wax City.
Man, pole.
You know what I'm saying?
That boy's a pole position player.
And he got his man on the bed playing PlayStation. Whosoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean unto the evening.
Even the person who ain't partook. If he's in the area,
he ain't got no leakage.
If he touch your stuff, or even deal with your stuff that has leakage or sexual activity around it,
right,
or on it.
That's when unclean goes in sexual activity as well.
Come on, man.
And he not sit up on anything whereon he sat that have the issue shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. Now, you go sit there and say, can I drive your car?
So if Daniel after this car, his wife had her wet willy twat in the other seat.
Right.
And then you go make a story run, you up in her seat.
Right.
You just unclean.
Yeah, it's unclean.
And listen, we're going to hit some scripts that's going to throw you on way, man, bro. You don't want to be unclean. That's all I'm going to tell you. Keep remembering this word unclean. Impure, profane the name of the Most High. Unethical, ritually,
religiously,
and religious.
Ceremonial. You're profane.
All right. So let's
read the Most High's name.
Okay, read the rest. Let's go down to verse 19.
Let's jump. Let's go.
Let's jump so we deal with the woman's side.
Right. We're going to get right into this man, verse 16, brother. And if any man seed, crystal clear, of copulation go out from, look up the word copulation.
I pull it up. Wait, you do that, I'll look it up.
Okay, look it up. Right, let's get it.
We know we're doing on the screen. I like that.
Copulation. Let's put it here. Copulation. Leviticus 15 right here. Copulation. Act of lying layer coding. Act of lying of sexual relations.
Lay seed.
Lay
carnally,
copulation. Oh, that has been so good that they understood. You know, you be horny as hell on Friday night and Saturday morning.
Hey, look, let's be real, y'all. It's almost it's midnight in some parts of the world. It's dark. It's sweet. You know, you have your most horniest moments when your woman is in her set apart period. You know what I'm talking about? So it makes sense you want to have your horniest moments when you shouldn't be having them on the Shabbat. You got 6 days to plant your covenant agreement, right, into her fertile ground and lay your seed and fertilize her yard.
Right.
You can't hold out 1 day.
1 day. Folks, I gave you 6 days to do all that work. You telling me you ain't putting no work in when you get in the Quran?
Bro, if you about your business,
if you about your business, you put some work in. Because if you ain't putting no work in, she gonna really make the shalom wow.
It won't be a part 2.
You see what I'm saying? You putting in some work, Negro.
Look, and then it said in that wisdom song saying, listen, and they gonna sleep around there?
Right, and you go to sleep and you don't put in some work.
You know you done had some of that that you done sat there and it was some good Kurbana. What you do?
Boy, you be out, son.
Boy, you ain't even get up and doing no water cleaning, Rich.
Be out.
You be through.
Cause you might got a little drinking, a little wine, a little Kurbana, that thing.
Boy, Boy, you done fell asleep in the Kurbana, boy.
I done did that once upon a time.
Boy, hey, listen, man. Hey, man. Hey, look. You can't get around this, right? So let's finish reading that real quick.
And if any man, if Daniel's seed of copulation go out from him, then Daniel shall wash all his flesh in water, and Daniel be unclean until the evening, Negro.
You can't get around it.
Where you can go? How can you run from that? You are unclean until the evening. You are profaning the name of the Most High. You're unethical, religiously ceremonial. Everything, bro. You is finished. And every garment, right? If you just spill some on the garment, you know, and every skin, and I show you right there in the skin world. So people say,
even if you want, listen, man. Let's be truthful with ourselves. When you wash yourself, you got your hands touching your genital areas, wiping it, soap, wringing it out, bro. That's a transfer of bodily fluid, huh? And then you still wash your hands, but it still say you still unclean. Listen, wash all his flesh in water. But yet still, guess what? He's still unclean even.
Right, you know, took a nice little hot shower. Right, he's still unclean.
Man,
right? And every garment, if it hit the dress, you try to get a quickie, pull the dress up right quick, blah, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Get a little leakage all over your clothes or any skin. I don't know, you got doctors that you got to pull out, but that's not true. So you know whatever skin or part of the body you brothers may like to have the happy ending, or you sisters will like it. You're unclean. It's a grown talk.
Watch a man who changed the scripture. If you go back and you look at that title, the title says he wrote on her, a marriage bed is honorable and all. It don't even say that. So he added to the scripture.
So if the seed of compilation is on the buttocks, the breast, the leg, the feet, wherever you like,
God forbid, the hair, the mouth,
every damn thing, you're clean.
And then gonna come down there kissing people on the forehead. If you don't get your Kissing through on kiss alike.
You shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening. So if it come out of thou and hit a garment or any part of the skin, you're unclean to the evening.
Y'all should be ashamed to sit down there and still dealing with it. Any man that teach you to go this profane and teach you to be this unclean to what the definition says you profane the name of your house, don't none of y'all claim y'all with the Lord. If y'all sitting there walking in willful transgression.
The woman also with whom man shall lie with, seed of compilation. See, I just mentioned her right here. I ain't mentioned her up here. They shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening.
Oh, that's right.
Okay? So this whole Leviticus, the 15th chapter, goes into the woman on her period, on her fountain, bleeding,
all
that. You see what I'm saying?
So look, for time's sake, right? Which I ain't tripping. I think I should read all that.
We can read.
And let's read 19.
Let's go. Verse 19. And if any woman have an issue in her flesh be blood, she should be put apart 7 days.
How many days?
7 days.
What if one of those 7 days fall in Shabbat? Because another thing Daniel teaches is that your woman could be on her cycle and come to class and Passover and feast days. And bro, I got enough witnesses in here that heard all that.
Really? That's not what the Bible says, though.
Bruh.
That's not what the Bible says.
Bruh.
If you will talk about we follow the law, statute, commandments, right?
Right.
That's not what the book's saying. You see what I'm saying? You. Oh man, I tell you, man.
Let's keep reading, huh?
If a man, well, I'm at 19. If a woman have an issue in her flesh be blood, she on the menstrual, she should be put apart 7 days. And whosoever touch of her shall be unclean until the evening. So now check this out.
Right, I already know. I believe I know where you're going.
You're unclean anyway by being in the bed.
So they not going to be in the same bed with you.
Not in the same bed. How about that?
You should be in her own chamber. To the point, because we're going to read anything she sitteth on or anything she touches while in her flower is unclean. Huh? How many of y'all went down to the class at the Sears building, in the other building, let the class up, you go right up there and go holler at Daniel at the table and sit right in the chair he was sitting in? God, Lord, how you know that chair that one of them sat in ain't unclean?
Right. And you got to be honest, man. If somebody going so hard to justify having sex on the Shabbat, that means you're doing it.
You are a partaker
of
pleasure.
Right. You want to bust one off before you go to class. Period. Okay? You see what I'm saying? At least you can be like, okay, the Shabbat coming in, it's like let's get a quick one in. Wow.
Still unclean to eat.
You see what I'm saying?
You still can't come.
You ain't come yet, but if you rock before they eat, they come.
You still ain't good because you still unclean till evening.
Yeah, till evening, right.
So you still can't
still
come.
Gonna be unclean. Whatever. You see
hey, brother Corey, hey, look, I want you a great verse, right? We did read that, right? I don't know if you was in here, but listen, remember that the Sabbath day is holy and it's hollow, right? And we just read being unclean according to definition and scripture, right? Is that you're impure, ceremonial, ritually, and what's the other one? Ethically.
Okay.
It profanes the name of the Most High. So, I mean, it's always
everything.
Not only what you touching, anything that touches it is unclean, even after the soap and water, right? And so what they'll say, see, that's Aaron, and that's Aaron. But listen, man, Aaron was being, it was
no, it's the Most High.
It is. That's what I told you.
It's the Most High. I know they ain't Aaron nothing. It's the Most High. I'm tired of trying to use the sorcery on that. Okay? Yahweh said, come in Matthew 5:17, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Mashiach Yahweh
is the high priest of Melchizedek, right?
Right. Yahweh is Melchizedek. That's it. Okay?
So the law stands.
Okay, the law stands.
I know Melchizedek.
Then, now, and forever. The scripture says in Psalms 119, 142, Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Everlasting. Stop it. Stop trying to use the sorcery of the term Aaron or Melchizedek. The law is not done away with. The only laws that's done away with is the laws of sacrifice. That's it. Because we only got Yahweh as a high priest. We don't really know who's the Aaronites, who could be able to go to the holies of holies. Okay, that's a Mashiach Yahweh. First and foremost, so stop the bull crap. You think because you say that Melchizedek order, like you can't getting away from something. You're not getting away from a damn thing.
Oh, no. Christ said if you look upon a woman, right, and lust after her,
right,
it's still the same as committing adultery.
You want some pleasure.
So you elevate it. So the order of Melchizedek is not a free pass priesthood. It's a higher, deeper level spiritual priesthood that now you have to also check your thoughts. Because Hebrews, like what you heard with Daniel, I played a loophole. I didn't put my rod in her, so I didn't commit adultery.
Well, adultery or every.
But if you had that thought in your mind, right, you already committed.
All sin becomes in your head. I mean, that's it. Okay, if I start to hate a brother or despise a brother, then I'm gonna start having envy, jealousy, and malice towards this person. You see what I'm saying? That's murderous thoughts. So everything begins in the mind. You see what I'm saying? Then it's acted out in the flesh.
So as a man thinks, so shall he.
That's it. All right. You get a thought. The thought brings forth feelings. Feelings bring forth actions. The actions bring forth what? Results. That's it. So all begins here. That's it. That's just what it is. So don't try to separate. Not like we don't supposed to keep the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. It makes you perfect. No, get out of here with that.
Hold on, stop this. Wasn't Cain called a murderer before Aaron came around?
Called a murderer before Aaron came around, right?
So that means there was some understanding what murdering it was, right?
Paul said if a man murder, by man's blood should he be murdered.
All right.
It was laws that don't offer up no fruits and vegetables to me. Cain. Stop it.
So there was first fruits or sacrificial laws before Aaron.
Right.
Under Melchizedek, right? Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for their sexual immoralities, right? And they weren't Israelites.
Right. What did Laban told Jacob? You're my brother. I can't have you work for me for free. What would be your wages? Okay. Genesis the 38th chapter about marrying your brother's widow who died and then I bear a child to her husband. He's supposed to lay with her. So stop it, man. The laws have been there. Okay. Adam was given the commandments. Tell you that in the book of 2 Ezra.
Jump there real quick. Just read that. Okay. Genesis 38, 8 and 10. Read that real quick.
Okay. But you want to read that concerning what right quick? Let's just finish this right.
All right, so we're gonna finish this in Leviticus 15. We have verse 20.
I can read the rest of this, man. I want to get those other scriptures from the Most High King. You have not been given. Okay.
Oh yeah, you
see what I'm saying? So when you jump down, we don't show that. You know you can't sleep with your woman on a period.
Or on the Shabbat.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Because you're unclean.
Right, you're unclean. So y'all should get that. We cover that with the pleasure. We always show you what uncleanness is. If you see the copulation come out of you, you are unclean based on all the definitions that's there. And so the conclusion of everything is verse 31. Thus shall you separate the children of Israel from uncleanness. You're supposed to be separated, Negro.
Is that suggestion?
No. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness. When they defile my tabernacle that is among them. Okay? So we are the temple of the Most High, Negro. When two or more gathered, there am I also among you. We're going to bring that up in a few more minutes. You see what I'm saying? So we are the tabernacle. Now, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. We are the temple of the Most High, 1 Corinthians 6. Okay? You sitting over here trying to use sorcery, Negro. We trying to save your life. You trying to kill Israelites.
Listen, man, we putting your soul on the line. We going to show you where the Most High won't even deal with you being unclean. That's good.
It is the law of him that have an issue, one, the dropsies or whatever, and of him who seed goeth from him and is defiled. Therewith, you are defiled, Negro. And stink of her flowers, of him that have an issue of the man and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her, that is unclean. That's it. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. They want to see what we show it to them? Stop the madness, man. Stop the madness, man. 30 years. 30 years.
Hey, y'all, give me a second. Y'all get some
compromise in the Bible, man. Everybody got that? Do you see it for yourself? We're reading the scripture.
That's right, Corey. That's right, Corey. That's right.
Okay? Sure. If we want to, we men. We men in the flesh. I'm a man in the flesh, man. Straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? I want some pleasure. I want some whoopah. Right? If I want to be a damn holy elder, I would, yeah, that's right. We can have sex on the Shabbat.
They trying to get in before it stop working.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They know they're about the end of the road for them.
Those boys is blue pilled out.
Okay? I'll be like, yo, man, I agree with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stop it, man. I'm not going to agree with you because you damn the horny elder.
Who teaches his congregation to be defiled before their God? You say it one more time. I pray y'all take me so serious. Who teaches their congregation to be unclean and defiled before their God? Read that verse 2. Highlight that 32.
32. This is the law.
This is the suggestion.
This is the law.
This is what I think you should do.
This is the law.
This is what you feel like doing when you feel like it.
This is the law, Daniel, of him that have an issue, and of him whose seed bust a nut, bust a great sperm, whatever you want to call it, goeth from him.
And what?
Goeth from him.
So it goes out.
Boom.
All right.
And is defiled therewith. Defiled. And of her that is sick of her flowers.
She's cycling, crapping, sick.
And of him that have an issue of the man and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean.
Now look, let's go get those.
We'll get that Exodus.
Let's get that on it. Genesis 38 real quick. Genesis is only 2 verses.
Okay, you want to get Genesis 38?
Yeah, 38, 8, 9. Because listen, remember he said that the marriage bed, which the Bible does not say, is honorable in all. Well, if the marriage bed is honorable in all, I'm going to challenge y'all to read the whole owning story, right? The whole story about owning. Right? We're just going to read 8 and 10 for the meat, right? 8 and 10 for the meat. Because this is the law of dealing with your brother. If he dies without bringing forth any children, then the brother supposed to take his wife and produce children with her, right? So that his name and heritage can go forth.
Right.
Right?
Read verse 6.
All right, we'll start at 6, we're going 6 to 10.
And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of Yahweh, and Yahweh slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife.
What do that mean, y'all?
Go in. I mean, he's about to get him some kubah.
Go in, get it.
Get it in. We about to get it in. So you know he's going to be what? Unstroking
and unclean.
And unclean.
He's going to be unclean.
Okay.
But no. Daniel says, despite what the Lord said,
right,
that the marriage bed is honorable.
In all.
What is the
You can bust a grape on a Shabbat day. You can bust a grape and don't be clean. Right. And unclean as hell. Okay? So it says, and Onan knew that the seed should not be his. Right? No, maybe I'll skip. And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife and what? Marry her. So this is his wife. Marriage is honorable.
Oh, we just saw it again.
Huh?
He's going to see today the Negro man and woman. If your brother died and didn't have no children with his wife, you ain't gonna lay with your brother's ex-wife. You're gonna look at that bad. But according to our culture, that's what we were supposed to do. the Father gave him command to do it. Hey, bro, go complete that act. Because you got to honor your brother.
This Negro was sitting up there popping off. I'm going to stop the screen so y'all can see us right quick. Okay, this nigga was popping off, talking about all this other marriage ceremonies and go to white man's courts and these pieces of paper and all these different things, just tossing it up for the women, because it's all for the woman. I mean, let's keep it real. The ceremony is mostly, in this society right now, it's all about the woman. The man is just there. He's just there. It's all about the woman showcasing everybody, getting her nice dress and outfit and want to have the Godzilla marriage or whatever the hell it is. Okay? So you talking all that smack. When this man is based on what we're reading right here, I don't see no covenant, no written covenant letter or nothing here. No going to the damn heathen damn court here. It just says after the man died, Onan, he told Onan to go in onto thy brother's wife and marry her. When you go into her, you're marrying her.
So listen, when he was going into the wedding chamber, were they having some wine and drinking and partying? We don't see that.
No, that's not even the book of Tobit. And then even the book of Tobit says you have the wedding feast after the consummation of the Quabah and Mama Thung's small swinging. Okay, first and foremost, the first thing in the marriage is when you commit a vow. When you read the book of Tobit, the 7th chapter. Okay, if there's a man there, the father and the groom was having a little get together, a little feast, having a conversation about his daughter. That's what you're reading in the book of Tobit, right? So when you read the book of Tobit, Tobit was like, listen, Tobias was like, listen, okay, I don't want to eat right now. Let's make this agreement that you're gonna give me your daughter as a wife. Right? Right. So he made a vow and a commitment to him, like she's gonna be your wife. Okay. Then they got the writing of instruments. Then he brought her to him. Then they went into the bedchamber. Then he smashed the Quabah. Then they had the wedding feast. Okay. Right. You have to bring the token of virginity because Deuteronomy 22 says he bring accusation against her to see if she was a virgin, because she was not slept with. Nobody has slept and got the Quabah, because all the men that was trying to lay with her was not according to the law, was in righteousness to lie with her, because you're not following the real marriage custom anyway. Because if I really go into this topic, which I love going into this topic, Tobit 4:12 tells you that we marry within the kinship. A lot of you don't want to hear that. We marry within the tribe and in the kinship. Straight up and down. Tobit 4:12-13. Okay? And that's why you have a whole book about two cousins getting married. And Raphael, the highest angel, the seventh highest angel, came down from heaven, heard the prayers of Sarah and Tobit, and came down here on the earth to make sure a cousin marriage happened. Wow. You'll look at that as off. I got a video called Kissing Cousins, the untold story. Okay? First and foremost. And you ain't nobody can deal with it. You can't gainsay it or nothing. You get all smashed. Perfect. You understand that? So when you read Numbers, let me show you something. These Negroes is using sorcery. Okay? When you read the book of Numbers, the 30th chapter, the 9th verse. Can you get Numbers, the 30th chapter, the 9th verse right quick? I want to show you something. Numbers 30 and 9. Okay? Now we would love for our sisters to be virgins, right?
Right.
Okay, so we can give a diary. But I mean, hey, how many virgins out there? You know what I'm saying? If they are virgins, they real young. Okay, and based off this system, we can't deal with them because they have statutes of limitation of dealing with consent of sex for women in various different states. Okay, 16, 17, 18, different states, whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? And then you got this mindset, well, you know, if the dude is too old, he can't marry her. Whatever. Okay, well, read 30 and 9. This is about vows. When you read about vows, and you have to understand that by thy words I should be what? Justified. Yeah. By thy words I should be what? Condemned. Right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You know what I'm saying? Every idle word a man should speak is give account of it the day of what? Judgment. So don't think your mouth, is not important when you make commitments verbally. Okay? Read Numbers 30 and 1.
And 1?
Yeah.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which Yahweh has commanded.
This is the Most High have commanded, not Daniel, Follyman. Okay? Yeah.
Verse 2. If any man vow a vow unto the Most High, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth.
So if a man vow to a woman that I'm going to marry you, he make a vow for you to be his wife, he cannot break that vow.
Listen, y'all know y'all brothers pillow talking out. You know you telling that woman she the only one for you, and that show is one and only, and
right.
Best football you ever had. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Matthew 12:36, all those words are written down. Listen, you ain't doing nothing that's hidden from the Most High. So you give me your vow to her, aka the pillow talk, and then you sit down your consummation, and then you take it out to the club with you, out to dinner with you, to the public, taking it around your homeboys, and then you trying to say,
all you Negroes that's faking the funk like you on monogamy.
And I'm gonna tell you this too, real
being
quick.
monogamous bruise. Go ahead.
I apologize. And listen, let's stop being simple about that paper. When did you ever need captivity to justify activity? When did you ever need captivity to justify activity? We didn't go any time before 1865. There was not a recorded black marriage of a slave on record. From the time the bulk of the slave trade in 1619, over 200 years to 1865, you don't see black recorded marriages. Why? Because you're property. So stop sitting there saying because the governor, man, here's what he was talking about. Because the state don't recognize.
White man that marry homosexuals.
Listen, Mordecai didn't follow the white man in vow.
Yeah,
so stop using the white man excuse. And like you was just saying, the state now marries homosexuals. Some states marry people to their animals. So what the hell is you talking about? Because the state mandate justifies your union. Man, you cats is awful.
Listen, we're reading, and when you read the book of Tobit, they was in the Assyrian Empire. Okay, they did not go to the Assyrian government for a bill of marriage, Negro. Okay, period. Understand that. Read Tobit, the 7th chapter and the 8th chapter. It goes all into detail of what was going down with this union of these two young people during that time. Okay, so you act like a piece of paper supersede you laying down with a man or woman. Okay, the piece of paper that you can get that can get lost anytime or get burnt in a fire. So then, if you don't got the piece of paper, then you're not married now, right? You done got 3, 4, 5 children. Now you're not married, right? You became one flesh by having a child. The two of you came together. Boom, marathon, boom, 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 happy feeling, boom, 10 months later, baby between you and her. That's one flesh. Stop the bull crap, man. Stop the bull crap, man. Understand that? You make a vow and a commitment. So I just want to establish that the man can make vows and commitments. And jump down to the 9th verse.
9th verse. But every vow of a
widow is a single woman. A widow husband has died, so she is now available to be able to remarry.
She's not a virgin.
She's not a virgin, number one. She's not a virgin. So there's no 50 shekels of silver. There's no receipt for a dowry. Okay? Only women that get a dowry is virgins. You got some women out here trying to get a damn dowry, and you done had 1,000 raws upon her. Get out of here.
And you bowing your knee to these women.
Yeah, right. Bow your knees down. Where's bowing down to women in the Bible? First of all, show me the chapter and the verse.
And precept.
Yeah.
And every vow of a woman. And of her that is divorced.
And her that is divorced, she is single. She can be able to remarry. Go ahead.
Wherewith they have bonded their soul.
Where they have what?
Bonded their soul.
They have bonded their soul. So a single woman, that's a single woman with no man, she can make a vow to a man and commitment to be a wife. Right to that man. That is a promise. You are betrothed. That's what it is. You are now married. Off your own words. What the hell you niggas talking about? You gotta go to no damn white man, the devil, that the Bible speaks up to the homosexual ass goddamn court systems. And have some damn white man say, I now pronounce this about a power invested in me by the state of Missouri. I now pronounce you man and wife. Thank you, master. Thank you, boss.
And then right before your ass, I pronounce you man and man. And then before that, I pronounce you woman and woman.
Right.
And then you come up in there, I pronounce you man. What power you got?
Unclean. The whole court, just
the whole courtroom is unclean.
It's unclean. Okay? But you Negroes, you're coons anyway. You're not about this revolutionary warfare here. You're not. You're a bunch of damn Negroes that's getting old as hell, watered down the scripture to pacify women. So you get those tithes and offerings because they change the wives. Get the hell out of here, Negro. So a woman makes her vows. As a man can make a vow, you gotta keep your vows, man. Straight like that. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having a party or a ceremony. There's nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? You can do that. But you let these people act like you gotta go before the devil, the white man, to justify your union. Even in the slave days, they had the Bibles with the written bill of marriage inside of it and the death certificate inside of it. And we used that was already in the Bible. Period.
I just wrote it down.
You can write that down yourself. Have witnesses. Okay? The brothers are about to have notary public at the Melchizedek school. You know what I'm saying? Official notary public. Have a bill of marriage, certificate of marriage for you sisters and brothers that must have it, and even courtship papers. You see what I'm saying? The bound you says you can't be bounded in your mind according to the word and vows you commit. You know what I'm saying? So we want to keep and brothers want to keep things in order. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be given out at the Honor and Humility STL Melchizedek Ministry School here in St. Louis. Okay? For the gainsayers out there.
Exactly.
Okay? You simple niggas out there, man.
So the marriage certificate is a vow that's made between the man, the woman, and the white man.
Right. The man, and I need another man having authority over my marriage. The only person that have authority over my marriage is the Most High. Okay? That's it. Not the damn white man. Okay? For you niggas out there, keep pushing that, man. Straight up and down. And that people going, and first of all, the court is off because the Yahushua cut divorce. He cut divorce. So now you can go to the courthouse all day long and get a divorce. Stop it, man.
Right.
Okay, stop it. So where we was at, man? I just went over there right quick because, you know, these guys be tripping, man. Where we at?
Right. So listen, like Christ said, our Messiah said that it was not so. You know what I'm saying? You was not supposed to even divorce except for what? Adultery.
Half all the planet.
Half of you niggas is putting them away just because she don't cook good no more and she gained some weight.
Gained some weight because she had a baby.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You know, I ain't with the weight.
Now we not, listen, don't get it twisted. I love women. I'm not going to the homo kingdom. Don't think it's no, because, you know, I may sound passionate that I'm against women. I love women. Okay? My women, black women, Israelite women, not the Edomite women that we see over there up in their congregation. Okay, first and foremost, I love my sisters.
Okay. So now, not only do you have uncleanness in your congregation from the elder teaching to the readers there with him, because he's gonna say, "What I do affects him. Elijah's my family, him and his wife, and you know Uriah's my family, him and his wife, and Zebediah." And he went into the whole spiel, And listen, don't put your unclean shit on me and my family. Please don't do that. Anyways, Genesis 38 and 8.
Lay it out.
And Joy said unto Only, go in unto thy brother's wife.
That's right.
And marry her.
What? And marry her. You going in, enter her, and you gonna marry her. Read. It'll be your wife.
And raise up seed to thy brother.
Go ahead. But that's his wife, right? But you knew that the seed was not going to be his. What's the baby going to be his wife? Yeah.
And it came to pass, so frame of time went by. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, and he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
Which was honorable, because this was an honorable thing to do, right? to bear seed up into for his dead brother, which is a law in Deuteronomy, the 25th chapter, is very honorable. We're going to read that law to show you how honorable that union is. You see what I'm saying? Since you're talking about marriage is marriage in the bed, what the hell is damn marriage? The marriage bed is honorable in all. So this was an honorable thing for him to do, was the lay with his brother's wife and bear seed into his dead brother's name. But what happened? She was his wife, but what happened? Since you want to make it's honorable in all. So what happened? What happened to this nigga?
And on to verse 9, Genesis 38:9.
Sorry about that. I'm talking to the mic. Yeah.
All right. Let us know if we can be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, we up there. We on high green. Got it.
All right. And Arnie knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, that pull-out game.
He's supposed to be on the ground, not on a skin or garment, but he's supposed to bear seed. That was what he was supposed to do. Yeah.
Lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Most High.
That's what happened because he didn't do what the Most High said. Okay, even though that was going to be his wife, he is his wife. He lay with her, okay, in their bed, right? But what happened to the oil?
He pulled out and let it hit the floor.
And let it hit the floor, and then his ass was no more.
Okay. But let Daniel and them tell you that the marriage bed is undefiled.
Right.
It's honorable
in all. Let's focus on the in all part.
Let's ask our God, why did he kill?
Right, Paulo on it.
Paulo on it, pull out game, got him
pull out game. He was like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Pull back. Oh, the damn shirt, chest, and everything. That boy, the
boy, over with. Death on the pull out. Hey, boy, literally died in the poo-poo. He died in the poo-poo.
That's a red pull out.
Now it's over with.
Pleasure death.
Get over here, death.
Okay.
Hey, look, this is what I would ask these elders, right? How can you keep it holy and unclean on the Sabbath on purpose if you haven't said? How can you keep it holy and set apart?
Right. How?
And for it to be unclean. Let's start getting to those. Let's get that Deuteronomy 23:14.
Deuteronomy 23:14.
We're going to put them back on. Let's see this. We put it on the screen so we can show them.
23:14. Okay, we're going to put it on the screen. Want to get 23:14. What is it? Leviticus?
I don't think we all know you.
No, don't worry about it. What's the scripture?
Deuteronomy.
Right. Deuteronomy 23.
Deuteronomy 23:14.
Okay. We're going to Deuteronomy 23:14, people. All right. Okay, yeah. Here goes another hawk smash.
You need to put that on the screen for people.
I got you. Gotta get the script first, brother.
Well, I apologize, brother. Definitely Terry for my brother.
Right, Deuteronomy 23. And we start with verse let's start with go up to 10, brother.
One way up?
Yeah. If there be among you any, right, that is not clean.
Wait. So we can't disapprove one man, give one man an exception.
Right.
Because it said any man.
If there be among you any man.
Kind of highlight that. There we go.
If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness.
Ooh-wee.
Right? So we go back to that uncleanness worlds, right? That chanceth him by night.
I'm going now, bro. Stop saying that.
Right, what are you doing at night?
Bro, bro. Look what do it say.
Oh, let me.
Bro, he gonna pull this up for y'all.
Let me put it up here. Where we at right here? We in Deuteronomy, right?
Right, Deuteronomy 23 and 10.
Yeah. 3.
Just put the whole thing.
Deuteronomy 23.
Go down to 10.
You're gonna go down to 10 for thous, right? You're gonna get this uncleanness, right?
H7137. Ooh wee.
Okay.
Daggers.
There's Kara, right? Kara, right? Uncleanness, that chance accident. An accident, a nocturnal pollution requiring temporary exodus from camp.
Bro, if you had a nocturnal emission, if you popped off in the night.
Right, because it's nocturnal, that's at night.
If you popped off in the night, now this might be a wet dream, however you want to call it. But the seed came out. How can we prove that? You go back to Leviticus 15 and understand the ritual. Did y'all just see that if you did this or this happened to you, guess what happened? You had the exodus temporarily out the camp. You couldn't defile the whole camp. But you got an elder telling you come to camp with your wet dick ass. You tighten the drawers, leaky, wee lipping. Oh, leaky elder. Leaky quabah smashing, nocturnal blowing elder. Bruh, you cannot get around this. Stop letting listen. We ain't got to those other scriptures that you finna hear shortly, bro. That's gonna have you like, nigga, never am I popping on the Shabbat again. Bro,
if there be among you any man that is not clean by the reason of uncleanness, that chaseth him by night.
Where they getting this from? They getting it from Leviticus 15. Keep going.
Then shall he go abroad out of the camp.
See, look, I read the definition, but it says the same thing in the definition. If you bust a nut at night,
wet dreams.
Whether it's wet dreams, or it's gonna say you got the quabah, it's at night.
Yeah, right. You got the quabah at night.
Bruh, get your ass up out the camp, bro. You fucking it up for us. You messing this thing up for us, bro. Excuse any for unlawful carnal knowledge language you heard. I apologize, I refine myself. Because that'll become something about, see, you mean it's unclean.
Make excuses, Negro. He shall not come within the camp, but it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
Brother, and anybody, give me a 7 if that made all the sense in the world. Give me a 7 if that made all the sense in the world. If you have a nocturnal emission, busting out a go, you're doing what you're doing at night, you must exit the camp, and come back when the sun go down and wash that butt. You're unclean.
You're unclean, Negro.
And we talking about camp business right now? And we talking about camp business right now?
Yeah. The order of Melchizedek. Okay? Right? So what verse are we in? Yeah, right here. 12. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad.
Wow. So when you even go out or wherever you at, if you in there camping, you mess up like that deal, you got to get the what? Hell up out of here.
Step it.
You off.
And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon, and it should be when thou would ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shall turn back and cover that which cometh from thee. Or whatever. Woo! That's crazy.
But the 14.
But the Lord thy power walketh in the midst of thy camp.
Hold on for me, hold on. Do me a favor, Corey. Post that Deuteronomy 23 we reading. Oh, you already posted verse 14. Go ahead.
For Yahweh thy power walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee, and to give up thy enemies before thee.
That's right.
Therefore shall thy camp be holy.
Stop. Your camp should be holy, right? The Sabbath day should be holy, right? The Sabbath day is holy. Your encampment should be holy. Everything that it's a law for us to be holy. Be ye holy. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 44. Be ye holy as your Father in heaven is holy. You're commanded to be holy. But this Negro tell you to be unclean. Which unclean means profane the name of Yahweh.
Right.
Read what the rest of this says.
That he shall see no unclean thing. It's the Most High, the angel, the messenger, Yahweh, whoever, right? That he shall see no unclean thing in thee. Okay? And turn away from thee. So hold up. You know, the angels got a whole different type of visuals than you. They can probably see the seed of copulation residues on infrared beam.
Use a resident light. Use a residue of light.
Okay? How about that? For the most of thy power walking in the midst of thy camp.
That should scare you.
That should scare you. So now,
if the Most High walks through your camp and he come in and see thou unclean, he turns away from you.
He's not dealing with you.
He's dealing with you.
Daniel.
So Daniel, you're not being dealt with.
Right.
I'm saying it according to script. Give me Leviticus 22 and 3.
Hold on. Before you go to that one, let me get this right in the New Testament right quick to go right along with that right there. Because let me get this Matthew 18. Boom. Get Matthew 18. And it says here, 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
So we understand when you in the camp or when you with a body of believers, 2 or more, the Most High Christ is there, right?
Right.
But if you're unclean when we're reading
on the
Shabbat, when it says it should be holy, because when y'all together, y'all should be in holy convocation.
Right.
But you unclean.
Right.
You just make a little exit stage.
Right. And you can understand people going to be unclean during the 6 days. Right? Because people going to get kubah.
And they teach and bring your mistress wife to class in the feast days. Huh? Man, y'all is in danger of making the Lord lose y'all. So you got sodomites, confirmation 2 with her, sodomites at Passover, heathens at Passover, right? Mistress women at Passover, and sexual the night before brothers at Passover. And y'all claim y'all eating it worthily with your kufi and stuff on.
Yeah, Hamite garments.
Hamite garments on.
And
talking about we're under Melchizedek. Melchizedek does not do away with the law of earning. Christ didn't do away with the law of earn. Only thing is out of here is the
sacrificial law. Okay? So now we present our bodies
as a living sacrifice.
So you will come
holy and what? Acceptable. Not defiled and unclean. With the rot of last night on your
the residue.
The residues
of the kabbalah.
The residues of the bruise.
Going the hell on. Leviticus 22 and 1. Yahweh spoke unto Moses saying.
So who's speaking again?
And Yahweh spoke unto Moses saying.
And you said that there was no witnesses but Isaiah 58 and Jubilee 50.
Right.
But look how many witnesses we can pull on.
Look how many witnesses. The man is a damn liar. Okay? Straight up and down. And I'm going to make sure that y'all hear it right quick before we read this verse.
Give me some more class real quick.
Hold up. Let me let you hear that.
I want y'all to hear
okay? Hear that statement.
We got probably about 2 more scripts, man. We're going to call it.
To get back to square one. So we're going to stand is all the rules about marriage honorable in all, but not discussed fully. So we want to touch on this topic that has.
Let me know if y'all can hear that.
Fully, and it's called the marriage being is honorable in all.
See, he changed right
so
there.
What we're going to get to today
what does it all allow the marriage bed to do? See, because what we have to understand is all the rules about marriage in the law is pertaining to when the marriage bed has not been made honorable. There's no honorable scriptures for you for instruction like that.
Ooh, stop his part. We already proved that. We already proved all these scriptures. That's what you're doing.
Back to square one. So we're going to get this explained today. Anybody got any questions, you know how it go, we'll do that. But we got a few scriptures and some topics we need to move through, y'all. So y'all, we going to hit it and twit it, but we're going to get to the gist of this because last Sunday, I mentioned something on the radio about the book of Jubilees, and where in there it says, no coming together with your wife on the Sabbath day. So that was a hot topic. A lot of people went to Isaiah 58, and the second witness of Jubilees, y'all. But look, your problem gonna always be source of information. Your subject matter must come out of the 66 books, and every one of the lost books must match up with the 66. Everybody don't believe in the book of Jubilee.
Oh, you gotta pause. You gotta pause. So basically, he just shut down the book of Jubilees because he cut himself in there. That's what he did.
So look, y'all, that burned my soul. He said that if it don't come out to 66, which is the newer version of the Bible you got with the Apocrypha out of it. So he's saying if it don't come out of the 66, it don't have no standing. We done read all through the 66. But this man is on record many times saying that we read out in 1611, which is AD. But check this out.
He gonna mention the Apocrypha later on.
And he's gonna read out of the Apocrypha.
He gonna mention the
Apocrypha. He reads, listen, if anybody ever watched Daniel, he reads out the Apocrypha, he reads out the pseudos, he reads out of Jubilees, he reads out of those. But when it don't fit him,
right, that's the point.
Then he go, I don't read out of them now. And then, so we gave y'all more than enough witnesses. Right? Leviticus 18, Leviticus 20, you know what I'm saying? To go with Jubilees, we gave you Isaiah 58, we gave you Leviticus 15, whole chapter, Leviticus 20, 18, Ezekiel 36, 17, 22 and 10. We gave you Genesis 38, 8 and 9. We gave you Deuteronomy 23. And now we're going to read to you Leviticus 23. So he can't run to that no more. The steps have been pulled from under him. Fall. Denounce that doctrine you on. This man told you if it ain't out to 66. And look, what if you don't believe? So now if I don't believe in a book, I can discredit the book. See, now he's in the point of discrediting the Bible books because it don't fit him and it cut his ass. Keep on.
So if you coming from any book outside the Bible as one of your witnesses, and you got one in the Bible, you still short because the opportunity for any listener is they can say, I'm having an issue with Jubilee. Some things it says that look, you can't take one part of Jubilee, you know what I'm saying, Elijah chapter 50, and then exclude chapter 1. Once you bring it into the circle, it has all of the counts. You got to be.
He reads out of that book.
But that has nothing to do with anything on the topic. You know what I'm saying? So you tell me I can't establish a point in chapter 50. I must read the whole thing, all the chapters first before I establish a matter. See? You know what I'm saying? He's casting out his own book that he reads, which is ridiculous. He says that for him to stand on that. You see what I'm saying? So watch what he said right now. Hold on. Watch what he said right now. What you want to say?
Listen, please tell me, can I get a 7 if y'all see the trickery? Give me a 7 if y'all see the trickery in this, y'all. Don't, it ain't because I see it, y'all have to see it.
Right, y'all gotta see it. He got caught in Jubilee, right? You see what I'm saying? And now he want to discredit it and say, listen, we got to stand on the Okay, first and foremost. And he only thinking that there's only one witness in Isaiah 58, which we don't disprove something fierce. Listen to this dude.
In the book of Jubilee, same way you would be prepared to answer anything from the 66. That's right.
Boy, I don't know why the hell he said anything.
So if I say I don't want a studier, not a buddier, would be prepared to answer every subject matter from this 66 books, because all of the books are compiled into 66.
Audio's not coming through.
Okay, if you can't hear audio, fine. Okay.
Hey, y'all, can we get a stand? We're just doing the audio from us. Can y'all hear us? Can y'all hear me and Mahar? Can y'all hear me and Mahar call?
Yeah, they can hear us. All right. So basically, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all can watch the video, the 40-minute video, and I'm saying, and look, and when you look at this video again or whatever the case, you can see the hypocrisy in the man. So we're gonna read this Leviticus 22, because we almost done with this, really. And I was spoken to Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they profane, there goes that word again, profane not my holy name. It's unclean.
We just read that, y'all. Read that again. Speaking to Aaron and to his sons, that they separate themselves from the holy things of the children of Israel, and that they profane not my what? Holy name in those things which they hallow unto me. Did we say that? The Sabbath day is what?
Holy.
And hallowed it. He hallowed it. Keep going.
I am Yahweh. Say unto them.
So this is Most I tell him to say unto them,
whosoever ye be of all your seed among your generations, that goeth unto the holy things, which the children of Israel hallow unto Yahweh, having his uncleanness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence. I am Yahweh.
Keep going.
Hold up. And what man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leopard or have a running issue, he should not eat of the holy things until he be clean. And whosoever toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth out from him,
that's right,
or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing whereby he may be made unclean, or a man of whom he may take uncleanness, whatsoever uncleanness he have, the soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until the evening, and shall not eat of the holy things until he wash his flesh with water. And when the sun is down, he shall be clean, and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food. So you ain't clean until the sun goes down, which brings in the evening, Negro. I mean, what was the problem here? What's the problem here? Where's the other scripture about the 3 days thing? The Exodus 19.
Yeah, 19, 9 through 18.
More daggers, how Judas said, more daggers. Exodus 19. Exodus 19, 15. What we said, Exodus 19, start with verse 10, right? Check this out. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them, clean them. That's what sanctify means. Today and tomorrow. And let them wash their clothes and be ready against the third day. For the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. Right? So the both sides will come down. You have to. Yeah.
Moses came down, right, to sanctify the people. So of course, what did he do? He washed their clothes, right? Oh, he just.
Yeah.
I was reading.
Oh, you was reading it? I'll jump back in. I'll get it on my own phone. Yeah, read.
You sure?
Yeah.
So I'm at verse 10, right, of Exodus 19. Listen, y'all, this is dangerous. So we listen. He came down, sanctified them, right, and washed their clothes. Now, Moses told him in verse 11, be ready the third day, against the third day, because he told them, for the Lord on that third day will come down in the sight of all people upon Mount Sinai. So there's every tribe that had to wash, every tribe that had to abstain for 3 days, right, from their wives.
We didn't even get to that part yet.
You know what I'm saying? You put it
We
in.
jumped there. You didn't jump there.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
Jump it, brother.
Let's get it. Bro, listen, this is going to blow y'all mind. To sanctify themselves, right? Mom told me don't give up the cake.
Yeah, gave it up.
So look, now let's keep going. Hold on, read this.
Yeah, and be ready against the third day. For the third day, Yahweh will come down in sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, take heed to yourselves.
Take heed. That means pay close attention and observe and do.
That ye go not up into the mount or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall surely be put to death. There should not a hand touch it, but he should surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the trumpet sounded long, they should come up to the mount. And Moses went down from the mount unto the people and sanctified the people.
So he got the instructions, now he's going into the action. So he's putting the act that he just got. He just got the instruction from the Most High. Now he's going down to do
it. And wash them, right? I'm looking up this word. It's Kodash. Okay. To consecrate, sanctify, prepare, dedicate, to be hallowed, be holy, be sanctified, be separate. This is the word sanctify. Okay.
So you the temple of the Holy Ghost, and you've been sanctified and holy.
Right. Consecrated to be holy. Right? To be holy. All of it, to be holy. Deserve as holy, keep sacred. All these set apart terms. All right. It says, and he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives.
Did anybody understand it? The Exodus 19, verse 15. Is that clear? Is that clear? Exodus 19, verse 15. How clear is that?
And he said unto the people, be ready against the third day. Come not at your wives. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning, I gave them a command not to get no kubah, that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. So
we already read before, if you got an issue, you got to get out the camp.
Out the camp, shalom.
If you touch the borders, you got even animal, right? Don't touch your wife because you already been cleansed and sanctified.
Right, no.
Just like you can't pour pig blood on the altar or defile the altar, you the temple. You can't put vagina blood or transfer vagina fluids and your exchange of fluids on the temple, which is you being presented before the Most High.
Right, it was being sanctified, cleansed. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with the Most High, to meet with the Allah. And they stood at the neither part of the mount. So you can't meet the Most High with seed of compilation upon loud.
And we heard it. If you did, he saw it. He went.
He ain't done it with you.
He ain't done
it with you. Now what? Negro.
Wait, we the 18.
And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because Yahweh descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly.
So this is all the children of Israel in the wilderness, dealing with the Most High, getting the truth. You have to picture.
Yeah, you're looking at that. Okay, let's use that scripture from the see. Yeah.
All right. But no, y'all, look, that's pretty much about it, man. We done went on for a good little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that edified y'all enough to see how these elders is going off. I'm going to see if I can, while we on here, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and put the video that we were talking about. Man, it's so many more files in that, man. Listen, man.
So much lies.
Listen, according to what we read, not what I'm saying, according to what we read, the Spirit of God ain't dealing with that man right there, right now. You're teaching your congregation to be unclean to the Most High, where you were killed, profane his name. He didn't do, he walked away from, he was done with you. Thou is over with. Take you and your kuba and be finito.
Okay. You brothers, y'all dudes are going on.
Talking about the marriage bed is undefiled, and the scripture don't even say that. But you have to say that in order to teach it. That's your Jedi mind trick. You have to teach the people that the Jedi mind trick, right, is that the bed is undefiled and honorable in order to sit there and make it justifiable to wet your rod on the Shabbat.
And come teach the lessons about the marriage bed is honorable in all. And they don't say that in the Hebrews 13. Okay, it does not say that. It says marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. It goes to hormones and adulteries. Okay, so those things what makes the bed defiled. Okay, marriage is honorable as long as you're following Leviticus the 18th chapter
and 20,
and Leviticus the 20th chapter. Yes, okay. And Leviticus 15th chapter, there's moral laws and civil laws and dietary laws. There's 5 different types of laws in the Bible. Okay? So stop trying to make it that you can do anything in the bedroom and it's all good in thy eyes. Okay? Which is a straight lie. Okay, so don't fall for the sorcery of the title. That's why we have refute the marriage bed is honorable in all by Daniel Solomon, aka Daniel Follyman. Okay, straight like that.
And I gave y'all the video for a testimony. Y'all can go back and check it out after this. But for me, I'm pretty ready to go home and relax and chill on out.
All right. So all praise and glory. For the few to ready, the brothers and sisters that's there, we got 3 thumbs down. So we got 3.
That means we're doing the work.
Yeah, we're doing the work. The Follymanalites, the horny elder and his disciples is upset because the Most High brought the scriptures to cut that madness. Okay, I have to listen to the broadcast of this stream. Yes, we got it right there. In the thing is 40 minutes. Okay, all right. So the quick summary before we go is that the man was bringing forth heresy, trying to justify him getting cut. In the book of Jubilees, he tried to go against the book that he subscribed to. Okay, he tried to say there's no witnesses concerning not having sex on the Shabbat. Okay, he tried to use a bogus Isaiah, the 7th chapter and trying to make Isaiah the 7th chapter mean this the Shabbat year in the kingdom, and he tried to use Genesis 1:26 about multiplying wives. So justify him having sex with the Shabbat when that was on the 6th day.
But it's some more we can do, because look, you can sit here and be mad about polygyny, right? Multiple wives, right? Which is not unlawful. He can even go in there and do half this time or half this mission or pull half these scripts that multiple wives is off. But he can't, but he couldn't go in there and find y'all the unclean about the Shabbat. You pay attention, y'all. I hope y'all really paying attention. Because this sin that he's telling y'all to commit, or that really ain't no big deal, is the sin that will have the Most High nigh from thou. The Most High won't even be dealing with that.
Right. Right. So we try to tell you, brothers and sisters that's watching, and those of you, that are going to watch this video later, okay? You have 6 days to get it popping.
Make it time. Make it good.
Make it good. Make a schedule. Do something. But when the Shabbat come in, whatever day you call your Shabbat.
I wouldn't say that. The day of the
Shabbat. Okay? Listen. Whatever day, you got people follow the lunar moon and follow this, that, the third. If you call it a Shabbat,
honor the Shabbat.
Honor the Shabbat. Okay? And you that say the Shabbat is on Saturday morning, And if you smash on Friday night, you unclean.
You unclean, bro. You do.
You unclean. So your Shabbat is over.
And listen, don't bring that unclean stuff down to headquarters, because we're about order. Don't bring the unclean stuff to my house. Don't bring the unclean. Listen, don't even come around my car with that. Because if you ain't sanctified before the Lord, and my strive is to be with the Lord, and He don't want you, I don't want you. No wet willy ass.
Oh my goodness, that was funny as hell, man.
Wet willy ass.
If you enjoyed the lesson, Bubba Gasol,
like it, share it. You know what I'm talking about it. Discuss it, talk about it. Listen.
Put a 12 in a row for the 12 trials, man. If you enjoyed refute.
This refute session.
Okay?
Put a 12 in the room if you enjoy the refutery.
And we got the brothers coming together, man, doing this together, man. Shout out to my shout out to Malachi McAfee, the prince, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we came together and bombed on the people up there making the Shabbat a different day. You know what I'm saying? So this is a second class that I did with the rules I on the Shabbat, about the Shabbat. You see what I'm saying? Or Jeremiah and Malachi McAfee, we bombed on some.
And for y'all hornier lights, now you can go get it in.
Right.
Go buy up now.
You know what I'm saying? You get your you know what I'm saying? So we took the time out, so I'm saying, man, you know, get to work on the low side, and that's just what it is.
Do it again. Shalom, Israel.
All right, Shalom, 4th tribe, 1 West salute. 4th tribe. Yeah. We out of here. Be good.
I don't know how to do none of this.
Stop broadcast.
Oh, that's out.
All right, people. Shalom, shalom.